Welcome to Math Beyond Borders. Mathematics Simplified. Welcome geniuses. In this video, let's look at solving algebraic equations that have multiplication in them, right? And also we will try to have a quick view of dividing the equation of division equations. Okay, so starting with the multiplication equation, if you remember in our plus and minus equation, I told you this quick idea that we have to isolate our variable, right? We have to isolate the variable, correct? I hope you remember it. If not, that's all right. So what does isolating the variable mean? Isolating the variable technically means that we have to make sure that on this side or on this side, wherever variable is, it is the only thing that remains there. So to do that, we have to do the exact opposite action of what is there with the variable. Okay, so in the last equation, in the last video, sorry, we saw where we had a minus number, we did a plus to make it a zero. Where we had a plus, we did a minus to make it a zero, to get rid of anything that is with the variable. Now today we look at, now in this video, let's look at the multiplication equation, right? So for example, in this you see that 3 times a is 36, right? So what we should do? How can we get rid of this 3? Now I know this 3 is a multiply, and what is the opposite action of multiplying? Dividing. So what I will do is I will do 3 times a divided by 3 equals 36 divided by 3 as well. Remember, whatever action you take on one side, you also take on the other side. That's the main idea, right? So it can be any action, right? Any action. But in this case, I know this action will help me get rid of this 3 with the a, right? So this 3 will cancel this 3. If you remember simplification, this will make it a 12. So my value of a, here a will be remaining, a equals 12. Okay, makes sense? Let's try one more together, right? So as you see here, 5 times z is 45. Now out of our memory we know, yes, 9 times 5 is 45, yeah, so we can just replace it. But the way of solving an equation, it does not allow that. So what you need to do is, like here, I need to get rid of this 5, right? Now 5 is a multiply here, so I do the opposite action, which is a divide, right? So I just divide both the sides with a 5, right? So I divide them by 5. Now when I divide this 5 by 5, it cancels, okay? And what that means is that if I divide this, it becomes a 9, right? And of course there will be 1, but 9 over 1 is 9. So z equals 9. So that's about multiplication. Okay, now there will be combinations of it, and I will show you in the video, in a later video, how to use it in an equation. But for now, just remember the main idea is to take the opposite action. Okay, now divide is going to be slightly more complicated, but at least let's look at the simpler version of it. Okay, so on divide, there can be 2 cases where you will have the x, right? And I will show you a different depiction of this as well, but let's focus here, right? The variable can be in either of these positions. Either the variable can be the number that needs to be divided, or variable could be the number that will divide the main number, yes? So just focus with me here, yeah, and I will show it to you. So for example, in this case, I see there is a divided by 12, yeah? So if it is divided by 12, what is the opposite action? Remind me, the opposite action of divide is multiply, right? So I will just simply do x, it is divided by 12, so I will do multiply by 12, equals 3 multiply by 12 as well, right? So divided by 12 multiply by 12 will make it a 1. So which means there will be only x remaining, and on the other side it will be 36. Okay, I'll show you one more after this. Okay, just remind me in case I forget. But look at this. This is the simplest case. When you have a variable in this position, you can just simply swap it with this. It's that simple. So you will do 12 divided by 3 equals x. What is 12 divided by 3? When you divide a 12 with 3, you get a 4 equals x. That's the answer. That's the value of x in this equation. So let's say it in the technical term. So when the variable is the dividend, you multiply both sides with the number which is the divisor. When the variable is the divisor, you just replace it with the other side of the equation. Simple way, right? Let's look at one more example, because I know it could be slightly complicated. Okay, so two more, same way, right? So now here I see the variable is my divisor. Yeah, so what do? Remember, when the variable is divisor, or when you see it in the next position or in the last position, just swap these numbers. Yeah, so you can simply do 16 divided by 2 equals x. 16 divided by 2 is 8 equals x. That's your answer. Yeah, and when you, oh, I wrote the same thing over, so let's fix it together. All right, so let's make it, are you ready? Let's make it x divided by I don't know, let's say 25 equals 2. Cool? Now it looks complicated, although it's simple, but yeah, looks like that. Cool. So let's do it together. So what did I tell you? When you will have this at the back, you just do the opposite action, which means x divided by 25 times 25 equals 2 times 25. Now I took the same action on both sides. Yeah, this will make a 1, so there will be remaining x equals 2 times 25 is 50. Easy, right?
Thank you for learning with us. Please share the video with those who you think may need it. Also, if you want to request a topic, put that in the comments section. So until the next video, keep learning, keep questioning. Bye.